Hi everyone, so just launched on Spellbinders site is a new collection by Simon Hurley. It is the Tulip Garden Collection. I have samples here to share with you guys. Of course, when you receive yours, they'll be packaged very differently, very nicely, but this is how I present them to you guys so you can check them all out. So yeah, these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Having said that, if you are a current club member, you already had access to these since the first, but they are launched now for everyone to pick up. The other new collections generally launch on the 10th of the month, okay? But this one is ready to go. So, I have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 items in the collection. There's one other set that's like a foliage set, which would be really lovely just to kind of flesh out your scenery or whatever it is that you want to do with these guys. But there is a embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder, and this guy is a good size. I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, you know, I mean, this will make a 5x7. This will make a huge card. It's honestly, you know, the same size as like their larger embossing folders. So it is 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. The images that you can get off of here are about 8.5 by 5.5 because there's a little edge where it doesn't actually do anything, right? It's just the edge of the embossing folder. So you can put lots of different things in here. There is a stencil that goes along with this guy if you want to pick it up. I believe they have it as a bundle. I might be wrong on that, guys. Sorry. But if you want the stencil, you have the stencil option, and then you have the embossing folder. And so, you know, you can see the beautiful tulips there. This one has a little bit, so some of the tulips, some of the background or middle pieces of the tulip, accent pieces on that tulip, and then the greenery. This one's called Twirling Tulips, the 3D embossing folder and the Twirling Tulips stencil, and there's your last bit of greenery. So there's 3 for the flowers, 3 for the greenery, and again it's called Twirling Tulips. And then we have the Tulip Trio is what they're calling this one, and you have your stems, you have your Tulip Trio, so these 3 pair up to make one tulip. These you know, this one, it has 3 pieces. We'll make another one, and this one makes another one, so they all look a little bit different from each other. And then you have greenery to go along with those, right? Your leaves and things that you can pair in there. And then the sentiments. So this is the Tulip Garden Sentiment set. Really like a fine, cute font on these guys. They're cursive. So like this one says birthday, and then it has the background die, which I always love to have that. So birthday, congrats, friend, thinking, obviously you're going to mix and match these, thank, and then you over here, happy, thanks, love, hello, of, and hugs. Very nice sentiments. And I also want to show you guys this new paper pack that Spellbinders has come out with, or a collection of colors. It's called Meadow, and I had their primary one. I love using that one because it has so many different colors, and it's not just primary like red, yellow, green, you know, it has some really lovely colors in there. So I like having that cardstock always. This is the Meadow Collection, and this is gorgeous. So you have 2 of each color of light pink, watermelon pink, berry pink, coral, light yellow, deep pumpkin, light teal, dark teal, denim blue, and light lilac. So just really pretty colors, a whole array, and I just want to show them to you guys because I may or may not use them today. I might use them with the tulips. I'm not sure what, you know, I'm planning on creating today. I was going to do the stenciling, and I think I want to let that speak for itself, so I might follow up with a video on the tulips themselves, but let me just splay this out for you guys. I mean, this is beautiful, and I mean, I would honestly get several of these because it's just the prettiest colors. Look at that. So the light pink, and then this kind of deeper, again, we have the names there, and it's just so pretty. Just a really gorgeous collection. So I just want to show it to you guys so you would have that. I know in the past, you know, I was doing like the, or having the card kit, and we'd always get, you know, cardstock, and we love it. It's nice and thick cardstock. It's 80 pound is what it says there. But since they stopped putting out the card kit, you know, I'm needing to grab more and more cardstock. So I really love that pack. It's really, really pretty. So what I'm going to do is put some of these things to the side. I normally don't make huge cards, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and make an A2 size card like I would normally focus on. So I'm going to cut down a piece of paper, and then I'm going to stencil it and then run it through the embossing folder, and then maybe finish up with some of the with like a sentiment, and then maybe I'll follow up with this guy But I will be right back. I haven't grabbed inks yet, but I just want to show you what I'll be doing. Just putting down a craft mat. Standard A2 size card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. But I think I'll make it landscape so we can get some of the tulips in there like this. And then so this piece of paper is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. If you have these Spellbinders precision plates, that'd be really great use of them. So what I'm going to do is imagine if I have this like this. I'm going to focus on stenciling just this top portion. I mean, I can keep going, obviously. I want to make sure it gets covered. But as you're doing this, you're going to look at it and you can know pretty much where that is. So I think we'll just start off like this. And since I am just lining it up, just eyeballing it, I'm just going to go for it. But, you know, you can just kind of imagine, again, where that might be. If I have the tulip there, it looks like that portion of it. And maybe I should move it a little bit more this way. You know, wherever it is that you like. So I'm going to pop that there. And if you are going to use a lot of glimmer paste, things like this, and you want to run it through the embossing folder, I would probably run it through the embossing folder first and then do the stenciling. That way you can do your paste and not have to wait hours, you know. I might do a finish with glitter paste just so you guys can see what that looks like. So maybe we'll reserve some of this. That might be good. So as you can see, your flowers, you have some of it. This is going to be the middle section. So you have this area, a middle section. Hopefully you can kind of see what that means. And then accent, right, to that. So I always work light to dark. So that's just how I do it. Whatever you like to do. I'm just going to grab some, what do we want? I feel like I always make my tulips pink or yellow, and I'll probably stick to that. So, let's do a little pink. I'll just do like a very light pink, and then we'll go into maybe a darker one. I believe this is all flower that we're having right now. Yeah. So you don't have to fear like, oh, I should do this or leave that greenery up to the side or anything like that. So there we go. Bit of a lighter pink, and then I'm just going to remove that. That was water-based ink, so I can wash this off later and it'll be no problem. If you're using like hybrid inks, you kind of want to get that rinsed off pretty quickly if you don't want it to stain. If you don't care about staining or not, then, you know, that's fine. I want to see what this is about. I have like a little accent. Oh, it's for this guy. Cute. Okay, so this little area, see how it's like kind of marked off? That accents this one piece right here. So that's nice. Okay, so right now I'm going to line this up. Basically, since it doesn't have registration marks anyway, you're just going to do the whole thing. You can see that this whole area is just going to cover what you already did. So I'm just going to place this on here as best I can in a way that covers up. But again, we're going from light to dark, so even if you have a little area where it goes over, it's not the biggest deal. So let's do a pink that's a little bit darker. And then my last one is going to be glitter paste or something, whatever I choose to use. So right now I'm just going to go in with this brighter pink. That's really smart. I love that. I think that's the only flower that has like the little accent of the stamens or whatever. So pretty cool. Okay, so we have that. And I didn't expect that because I wasn't paying attention to that part. So let me grab some yellow or orange or something, but yellow's good. And I'll move this out of the way. And this one we're just going to kind of bring it over and eyeball where it needs to go. So something like that, right? Just kind of in there, in that little area. Let me grab something to help me apply this yellow. Just like the smallest amount of yellow accent. So just right there, or whatever color you want to use. And there it is, filled in. Okay, I'm not going to do the third layer, which would be the next one, which is actually number 3 on here. Because I think, like I said, I'll do that glitter paste on that one. So let's just leave that alone for now. I'm just going to skip over it and go to the next greenery. Actually, I'm just going to grab these guys. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side over here. I'm going to rinse the other ones. So now we're at number 4 and then 5 and 6, of course. Having said that, you can do these in any order you like. I mean, I know sometimes, you know, people are like, oh, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, so you have to do them in that order, but you don't. You can do whatever you like. So I'm going to close up. Now this one, not that I'm guessing, but I'm looking at this, and this is really the only one that helps me really see where the registration of that is. And if you're a little bit kind of wanting to make sure, you can bring it back to this guy. Again, if you wanted to roll it through first and then ink it up, you can definitely do that, and obviously you're going to see exactly where these things need to go. But if I bring this over here and I kind of eyeball this, like where that, look how pretty, just lines right up. This guy is right on here, right? So again, if I brought this over, I could see that I'm pretty well in the right spot, right? Just kind of in here. So just an idea to help you line it up since I'm doing it kind of freehand. So hopefully that will be okay and we're good to go. So let me just pop this on here. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. Something like that. I think that'll be good. Okay. And again, light to dark, or however you like to do it. Generally light to dark. If you put something dark and then there's accent, obviously you're not going to see the light on top of the dark, so you always want to go in order. At least that's my rule of thumb. I'm just going to grab like a light green. And let me see with the next one. Yeah, okay, let's just go for it. Okay. But like I said, you can do this either way. Run it through first, then ink it up, or ink it up, then run it through. If you're afraid of the lining up thing, then I would definitely run it through the embossing folder first and then ink it up. Alright, so this one is very light. Oh, that's pretty already. Okay. And the second one. This one looks like it accents what's going on, but I'm also looking at the flowers to see, excuse me, where this needs to be. It's that one over there. This one comes down here. And just making sure like that's running by the leaf. This is kind of by the leaf here. A little bit too much over here. Something like that. And then this guy's running by this one. This one's by that one. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get a darker green. And this one's going to have 3 greens. I could do a glitter green at the end too, but then it means I have to wait for the other one to dry. So if you're at home, obviously I'm making a tutorial review kind of thing. I want to get this going in a timely manner. You can do the glitter, let it set and wait, and then do the third leaf accent and glitter. But you want the flower glitter to set up before you do that. Obviously you don't want to smear them. So anyway, this is a middle color, medium kind of green. And then there's going to be a dark green. So good thing I recalled that we do have 3, because otherwise I would have gone right in with the darkest green. And then I'd be like, oh no. So medium color green. Lovely. And again, you can do the whole thing. Obviously it'd be 5.5 by 8.5. And if you did that, you can definitely do that and then just cut it in half and you'd have two A2 size cards ready to go, backgrounds. But I'm just focusing on the one. Okay, and then this guy is number 6. And I was going to say it is backwards because it doesn't match up at all. And the number 6 is on this side. So, again, just a little something on this one. And I'm just eyeballing everything, kind of seeing where that might be. I don't know exactly where it's supposed to go because, again, I'm just kind of eyeballing. But I can see this one's by the flower. This one's kind of off the center there, and that one. So I think this is good to go. Let me go a little bit more this way. Actually, it probably should be a little straighter because my card was straight to begin with, right? So it should let me know that needs to be straighter. There we go. And I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little more over this way. Yep, something like that. Okay, and then the darkest green. just picking out a darker green. These aren't super delicate, so that's nice. Like when I'm stenciling, I don't have to be like careful of anything that's like too small that you're gonna kind of move out of the way or anything like that, so that's great. Okay, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you guys, so pretty. I'm going to go rinse these off and I will be right back. Okay guys, so let me move this to the side. Now again, this is a 3D embossing folder, so whatever your system, whatever die cutting system you have, just make sure you're doing the folder that, or the sandwich that will accommodate for that. For me, I am just going to put it in the what's it called? The Platinum 6. Sorry, I'm looking at my little flowers and just making sure it's all lined up like in here. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit down here. With the universal plate and the adapter. So that's all it is. It's just the platform and the adapter. And if you have other systems, just make sure your sandwich is a little bit thinner than what you would normally do for a embossing folder, because you don't want it the same thickness as, oh sorry, the 3D embossing folder is a little bit thicker than a regular embossing folder. I'm doing this very slowly so I don't shake the camera too much, and I'm so sorry that when I opened my machine it made that clacking sound. Don't like to startle folks. I'm going to close it. It's going to make another, there we go. Did that a little more controlled. Oh my gosh, you guys, how pretty. Oh, I just noticed I missed this little guy down here. How did I not see that guy? What? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just bring my stencils back. I just rinsed them, and then just do the same thing for this little guy here, and I'll be right back. We have this ready to go. Again, I want to do glitter paste, so I'm going to take this, and again, if you want to run it through and then do the stenciling, I feel like I've lined it up better when I stenciled and then ran it through, because I have a little example of what it might be if you do it first. See how it's kind of off there? And the rest of it's pretty straight on. So, it does change the paper up a little bit as you're running it through. So anyhow, so this guy, oh, it barely even touches there. It's kind of funny. I was thinking of just attaching this to my card base, but there's a little bit of it that peeks out there. So I'm just lining this up, making sure everything's good. It looks like this one needs to be a little more this way. Why do I keep making my paper crooked? It's supposed to be straight, right? It was pretty straight across to initially begin with, but some of this, again, the paper moves a little bit. So I think that looks better like that. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna do it that way. And just hold this down. I'm thinking, in my world, I'd rather stencil first then run it through. But I'm going to take a little bit of glitter paste that I have here. It's going to take a little while to set up, so hopefully we can just get it on there. I might hit it with a heat tool just to dry a little bit. And then this is like the smallest amount down at the bottom. I don't even know if that'll show up. Just going to scoop the rest of this up. Put it back into my container here and lift that up, and now we have a little bit of glitter there. Okay, so I'm going to hit that with a heat tool just to dry it just a little bit so we can get this on our on our card and then finish up with a sentiment. So I did hit it with a little bit of my heat tool. I'm just looking at the detail on this. I mean, look at the little stamens. They even have their embossing, so you can see that there. Just so pretty. Oh my gosh. Again, you could do the whole thing and then just cut it in half, and you'll have two, layers for two A2 size cards, or a 5x7, trim it down, slimline, you got them all. But I just kind of focused on one little piece of paper just to show you you can use it in that way too. But it is a really nice size embossing folder and stencil. So I'm not going to really touch this too much because obviously it's still pretty wet, probably, under the very top layer of my glitter, but I am going to put glue all over this and pop it down right here. And that's so pretty. I love a black card with like a crisp spring colored kind of thing going on top. I'm going to go ahead and just let that set up and maybe just pop a quick like thanks on there. So I'll take my sentiment here and let's bring black back. So I'll do a black background like this. And then this, I'm either going to do like gold or, you know, maybe one of the new paper colors. I'm thinking maybe like a glittery color, just like the pink glitter that I have in the background. So we'll see, but I'll be right back. Okay guys, I actually just pulled some glitter cardstock that I have. It's a Spellbinders spring collection glitter cardstock that's really nice. Look at it, I mean, cuts like a dream. And so I'm just going to glue these guys together. This guy's a little bit small, so what I'm going to do is put some glue on the back of my hand to get it adhered. And what I mean by small is like very thin and dainty and beautiful. I mean, look at that. So pretty. Just a quick way of getting that on there. And I'm going to pop this on here. So cute. Like, how pretty is that? So, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of that and just pop it there. I'll be right back, guys. So we have our beautiful card and then our sweet little thanks here. And I think I'll pop it like right in here. And see how straight that is before I really stick that down. That looks pretty good right there. Thanks for watching, guys. I will follow up with the Tulip trios, see how I put those together. They're very simple. You can see, I mean, they just basically layer one piece, second piece, third piece, and there you go. And you have 3 different beautiful flowers on that one. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll have the links there for you in the description box, and I'll have images coming up, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.